The third of four massive deals yesterday was the Washington Capitals acquiring Jordan Kyrou. In this deal, the Blues sent Jordan Kyrou to the Caps in exchange for Connor McMichael, prospect Milton Gastrin, and a 2026 first-round pick, which will be 16th overall this Friday. So the Caps are getting a 28-year-old right winger in Jordan Kyrou, who's on the fourth year of an 8-year contract, paying him $8.125 million per season. He's been in heavy trade rumors since last offseason. It seemed like the Blues wanted to move on from his contract, but his no-movement clause kicked in, so they weren't able to trade him without permission past July 1st. And despite strong underlying numbers, he kind of struggled this season to finish, only 18 goals and 46 points through 72 games. But he's proven that he can be a 35-goal, 70-point winger in the NHL. And I think he can really provide a scoring boost that the Caps need. And side note, but the Caps have one of the most underrated futures in the NHL, I think. $23 million in cap space to work this offseason. And the only notable UFA is Alex Ovechkin, who will probably come back on a one-year deal. Pretty expensive price, but I think I like this move anyways, so I'm going to give it a B+. And on St. Louis's end, you start off with Connor McMichael, who is a very solid middle six winger or center. He was drafted by the Caps back in 2019, and he's made the jump to the NHL over the last 3 seasons and progressed very well. He had 26 goals and 57 points in the 24-25 season and had a very strong showing in the playoffs, I thought, as well. This season was a bit of a down season from a goal-scoring perspective, only 14 goals, but he still had 46 points, and I think he can be a consistent 50-point guy for the Blues. And then you also get Milton Gastrin, who's a pretty good center prospect, played in the Allsvenskan this season, 24 points in 39 games. He was drafted in the second round, 37th overall by the Caps in 2025, so he could be a future bottom six center of the future for this team. And you also get the Caps' first-round pick this year. It's 15th overall. But the Blues now own 4 first-round picks this season. Their own, which was 11th, and then 15th, 16th, and 29th. One thing I wonder is if they're going to try and package these picks for either a player or to move up in the draft. I was working on a bold predictions video, and my bold prediction was going to be that the Blues, even before this trade, would package some assets, maybe those 2 first-round picks, to trade up into the top 6 or 7 and select Vigo Bjork. And I think it's a really realistic possibility at this point. And I feel like the Blues would be really high on a guy like Bjork. The Blues are really setting themselves up for success here. They have $23 million in cap space this offseason. I think they could be a playoff team next year for sure. I wonder, are they going to move on from guys like Colton Parayko and Jordan Binnington this offseason and get more young players and assets back? This is going to be a pivotal offseason for this team, because if they can get some high-end talent, then I think in a few years they could be a contender in the Central for a while. So with that being said, I think I'm going to go with an A grade for the Blues. I love this move. I think they got really good value back, even though Kyrou is a great player. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video. Let me know down below, what did you think of this deal? Still got one more trade to cover here, the Bowen Byram one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.